Welcome back to Radio Channel 1471. I'm your host, Sterling, your listener, and this is the podcast. That's right, this is podcast episode number 21. That is correct. Correcto mundo. What are we going to be talking about in today's episode? Well, let me get the journal, my friend. Let me open up the journal. Today, we're going to be talking about the cassette As Above, So Below. Or, well, actually, no, let me cross that out of the notebook. Don't need that part of that anymore. If you're wondering what I'm crossing out, well, I can't let you know my secrets, now can I? As Above, So Below is the cassette we're going to be talking about today. I know. I already talked about As Above, So Below in a prior podcast episode. If I had to name the episode, I couldn't because I don't remember. But I talked about it, right? Yes, I talked about it before in a prior episode, but I'm going to talk about it again, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. But the drink pairing is also going to be hot cocoa or hot chocolate, whatever you prefer to call it. Apparently Game Theory, or not Game Theory, Food Theory, the second sister channel of Game Theory, they did a little video discussing why hot chocolate and hot cocoa are not the same thing. My opinion on that? It's whatever you want. Apparently, some people think a simple hot cocoa packet isn't good enough for them, and they require some fancy chocolate and fancy milk. So I decided to try something a little different this time, but I do think it wasn't really the right choice. I kind of made some poor choices on my behalf. We'll talk about that later, though. Next, we're going to be talking about Fallout New Vegas. That's right, apparently my computer can indeed run at least a couple video games. Isn't that crazy? Yes, so I got Fallout New Vegas for about $3 during the Lunar New Year sale on Steam. And, well, yeah, $3, right? $3-ish bucks. And I immediately, before I even started playing the game, tried to mod it, which was actually pretty successful. We'll talk about that more later. I know, I sound like a broken record, but let me tell you, I just gotta do this intro. Calm down. I gotta do the intro. Calm yourself. Hold your horses. Calm down. Take a chill pill. We're going to be talking about that. Anything happen in Destiny? Oh, okay. What's the new exotic weapon's name? Dead Man's Tail, right? Dead Man's Tail. Tail? Dead Man's Tail. Destiny. Destiny 2. Dead Man's Tail. Yes, that is the new exotic scout rifle that came with a exotic quest, ? Kinda. I haven't played it yet. My power's been out for a good decent amount of time, so that's a good reason, and we'll talk about that more later too. We're also going to be talking about how AG, a guest that was supposed to come on the show, but is kind of in limbo at the moment when it comes to podcasting guests come. What did I just say? I'm not even going to question it. We're going to be talking about AG's new podcast that he started. Yes, that's interesting. I only got about 14 minutes through that. It's called Yeencast! Exclamation point. And there's only one episode so far that was released on February 20th. That is also the day I'm recording this podcast episode. It is titled Yeencast, Episode 1, VR Chat Ramblings on YouTube. Not sure if he's really going to go as far as to getting an RSS feed. I should ask him about that. I'm a bit curious. And we're also going to be talking about the I don't want to say mistake. Ooh, I should add an update for Marinil Tilde's, what was it called? I don't even remember what the cassette was called. Either way, the cassette I got for the podcast by Marinel Tilde released off of Montime, Montami. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. I did ask Marinel Tilde on Twitter how to pronounce it, and they didn't say anything, so I guess there's that. Um, Not looking too good, Mare. Not looking too good. Uh, the cassette is running almost 3 days late now. Actually, I should go check the mail. I didn't check the mail yet, but I haven't had an update on the post for a good couple days now. It's a couple days late. And it's a little strange looking on Twitter, seeing a bunch of people talk about how they got the cassette. And here I am. Here I am. I ordered it on the same day as everybody else, yet I'm getting it late. Oh, how disappointing. But, anyways, I can't really blame that on Mare nor Montime, because that's more of a region thing due to the snow and the side effects of that. Merino Tilde cassette update. Sorry for any unpleasant background noise. It takes time to write in these things. It's a little hard with a floating notebook. So that's the intro. I don't really think there's anything else I'm really meaning to talk about in today's episode. Other than those, maybe a Griffin's question, although I do think I have to stress we might be coming to an end on the Griffin's question segment, because once again, I don't know, the Twitter bot doesn't seem to be posting any real new questions that I haven't seen before. Speaking of Twitter, apparently Thanos is trending right now. Why is Thanos trending? Oh. Apparently... What? Is that really why that's trending? Some kid, kicked some person in a Thanos costume in the head because they disliked Thanos. Huh. I don't know, though. Is that trending material? I mean, it is pretty funny to watch. Look at that. Wonder. Okay, yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, that deserves a trending. Whew. What was I talking about? I got so distracted with that. Oh yeah, Griffin's questions. Yeah, I can't really find any new Griffin's questions to talk about, so we might be ending that segment for a good bit unless I find any new ones. But if you have any new segment ideas, please leave some comments down below or contact me on Twitter or Discord or yada yada. You know the drill. I'm gonna go check the mail just in case the Notilde tape came in. So, well, actually, it's not a Notilde tape because it was released by Montami. I don't know. Anyways, I'll be back in just a second. Oh, unfortunate news, everybody. Unfortunate news. The cassette has not arrived, and I'm pretty sure if I go check the email for the status of the package, it's probably not updated either. So, that stinks. But guess what? I'm going to do a quick little check, just in case. Track your shipment. Here we go. I'm clicking it. And it says status in transit since February 15th. It's been a while. It hasn't been updated since. It was supposed to come a couple days ago, but I don't know. I need the restroom now, so I'll be back once again. Sorry for that. I'm back. Oh man. What should we talk about next? What did we talk about? I'm not too sure. We talked. Okay, we did the intro. We talked about the cassette. That was it. That was it. We've only done the intro, and it's been 10 minutes now. Okay. Oh, what about Wanda Vision? No, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to talk about it until it's reasonable to spoil it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta give some leeway for these new shows so you don't spoil it. Apparently, people get mad if you even talk about new shows like that. So I don't know. I won't say anything. I won't say anything. Thanos dies. I'm joking. I'm joking. Thanos isn't even in WandaVision. Or is he? In one of the infomercials. I'm joking. I'm joking. Did I watch any good movies recently? Well, I guess I was in the midst of a blackout, so not. Didn't I? I think I did. What did I watch? Did I watch something? No, I couldn't have. But there was something I watched. What did I watch? Okay, I remember. When the power came back on for a little bit, I decided to watch Isle of Dogs again with my parents because they hadn't seen the movie. Sadly, though, I don't think they were really too entertained with the movie. I like the movie. The visuals are a little hard to get used to. The visuals are a tad hard to really get used to if you're not used to it, I guess you could say. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I really watched anything. I watched a bunch of Matt Stoney, and I watched a couple episodes of Guy's Grocery Games. There's not a lot of Guy in Guy's Grocery Games. He doesn't really show up. Like, I mean, he's there, but like, he doesn't say a lot. He doesn't taste the food that much. Every now and then he'll go to the cooks and be like, "Oh, what are you cooking?" And he'll like, I don't know, stick his finger in the pot and be like, tastes pretty good. You're doing good." You know, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Fun fact, not so fun of a fact. I think I heard this before. It's been a while since I really checked up on this. I'm pretty sure. What was the statistic? It was like Guy apparently has a bunch of restaurants, but not a single one of them like actually succeeded or something. Here, let's look up some Guy Fieri's. Fieri? Guy Fieri? Guy Fieri fun facts. Let's see if we can find the exact fun fact. 24 things you didn't know about Guy Fieri. This is by Insider. His real name is Guy Ramsey Ferry. Before Fieri made it big on Food Network, he had a different kind of TV job. He used to work for an auto parts maker. Huh. I didn't know that. He got his start on Food Network Star. Don't know what that is. He was crowned the winner of season 2 of the show. Still don't know what that show is. He actually loves vegetables. Wow. He's known for not liking eggs. I didn't know that. But how can you be a chef and not like eggs? Did you know eggs are like one of the, how do you say it? Like one of the Swiss Army knives of ingredients, I guess you could say. There's like a billion recipes that incorporate eggs or egg whites or egg yolks or egg anything. It's kind of one of the more important ingredients, just like dairy products and flour. He told a reporter he eats eggs every once in a while. I don't think that really means he doesn't like eggs. He's just not a fan. He started eating sushi when he was a kid. That's not a fun fact. What's so fun about that? It's not that interesting. Guy Fieri said he thought up the idea of doing a kids' cooking show before it was popular. Uh, who made this list? He was inducted into the Barbecue Hall of Fame in 2012. He owns peacocks and goats. What? In December 2020, Fieri talked about owning peacocks to help keep the rattlesnake population down. Huh. When he was in 6th grade, Fieri's... What? That's not... Fieri's opened a lucrative... That's the wrong S. That's the wrong S. They used an apostrophe S when they shouldn't have. Also, why... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. When he was in 6th grade, Fieri's opened a lucrative mobile pretzel cart. Why is there an S there? That shouldn't be there, should it? He moved to France as a teen for his culinary education. A lot of people don't know this, but he's actually a really good cook. Okay, I said that, but I don't know that. I don't know the guy. I've never eaten at one of his restaurants. But he did have proper training. His hair is most likely brown. Yep. When he was a child, Fieri was seriously injured by a horse. Okay. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He does? On the account of the placement of your star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hollywood Walk of Fame. May 22nd, 2019. Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Freddy's Walk of Fame ceremony. Actor Matthew McConaughey, who is reportedly a longtime friend of the chef, gave a special speech. He made 6 cookbooks. What? Who made this list? Winery named after his son. Chef inspired Melissa McCarthy's character as... What? Freddy's first met his wife. What in the world? He started the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund amid the coronavirus pandemic. He also co-directed and starred in a documentary that chronicled the restaurant industry in 2020. Fieri majored in hospitality management. Some of the tattoos, significant meanings. Who made this list? Definitely not the fun facts I was looking for. Okay. So I probably just cut out some audio there. There was... The fun facts I saw on Guy Fieri was not that interesting, nor was it really that fun. A bunch of random stuff, like Guy Fieri actually makes his own wine, or he has pet peacocks, apparently. I mean, I guess that's pretty interesting, but it's not what I was looking for. Anyways, let's talk about something else. What should we go into the Griffin's question? I think I found a new one, but I'm not too sure. If celebrities, I guess I should really preface this. Griffin's question. Griffin is a member of the Mabimbam, right? MBMB, Mabimbam. No, yeah, okay. Griffin is a member. No, he is a member of the Mabimbam podcast. My brother, and me. At the end of every podcast episode, they discuss a Yahoo answer, but they mention it, but they never answer it. They used to, in the early ages of their podcast, actually answer the final Yahoo, but they stopped trying pretty quick. This is from episode 299 of the Mabimbam podcast. If celebrities were Pokemon, who would you use your Master Ball for? I don't really know a lot of... Okay, I just read one of the replies. I don't really know a lot of celebrity names, but somebody replied with Griffin McElroy. I mean, that's pretty good. I'll give you that. That's a pretty good answer. Someone said Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's a Mabim Man reference. Bill Murray, Matthew Mercer, Nicolas Cage, Keanu Reeves, Joe Rogan. Really? Please until you guys watch Comedy Pod. Okay, so he says, Joe Rogan, I'll just leave him in there until you guys launch your next comedy pod so he doesn't block you in the charts. That's a pretty good answer. Crims? Okay, that's not how you say that. Chris Hemsworth. Okay. They said, what I do with him after is my business. Somebody said, do the celebrities have stats and moves like Pokemon? Somebody said... Okay. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Oh man, these replies are off the rails. Some of the people who reply to these things are like, yeah, I don't even... Oh man. My answer is no answer. I don't know. I would never think of doing such a thing. I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't want to even discuss that. It's kind of weird. If I had to pick a joking answer, yeah, I still don't know. I still don't know. No idea. Let's do another one. I think I've done this one before, but I did find some new content for this specific question. Shooting a ghost. Do you think it could work? That is from episode... Wait a second. There is no episode number. Where's the episode number? I don't see it. There's no episode number. It's not on the image. It's not in the tweet itself. But what's going on? This is a first. Actually, it's probably not. I think I've seen them do this before. I'm not sure what episode this is from, but it's pretty funny. And let me tell you, somebody responded with this. They said, I mean, there is a reporting of a ghost being shot, but it was definitely a guy coming home from his job as a painter, wearing his uniform of all white. Very interesting story. And they also posted a screenshot of a Wikipedia article. Hammersmith Ghost Murder Case. The Hammersmith Ghost Murder Case of 1804 set a legal precedent in the UK regarding self-defense. Whether someone could be held liable for their actions even if they were the consequence of a mistaken belief. So that's some history dropped on you right there. But it's not a true answer to the very, very real question of, can you shoot a ghost? Can you shoot an apparition? Now, there is something we have to take into note here. Who asked the question, and why did they ask it? Because we can't just give this knowledge to anyone. Like, you can't just tell anyone you can't just tell anyone the kryptonite of somebody, you know? That's not cool, man. That's not cool. But regardless, we still have to answer the question with full seriousness, because that is what I do here on the Griffin's Question segment. The podcast within a podcast, just kidding. It is not actually a podcast within a podcast because it's still me. It's still me doing a segment. Okay, so I did some research. I did a little bit of research, and on the NPR.org, there is a little thing here talking about paranormal investigator that fired a gun at ghosts. Apparently, police responded to a report of gunshots in a Connecticut home, blah, blah, blah. Paranormal investigator shooting ghosts, blah, blah, blah. And this guy, he said, what did he say? Police responded, blah, blah, blah. Just one question. Supposedly, you really were a paranormal investigator. Suppose you did encounter a wandering spirit. If you fired a gun, and in this situation, exactly what makes you think it would do anything? Okay, that's a whole lot of nothing. That doesn't answer our question. Can you shoot a ghost? Can you shoot a ghost? Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a gosh darn second. What if this was all an elaborate Destiny reference? That's right. Destiny has ghosts. Maybe they're not apparitions like you thought, but they are ghosts. Shooting a ghost. Do you think it could work? Depends on what you think it working would be, but you can shoot a ghost in Destiny. Now, if the player shoots a ghost in Destiny, it does absolute dog poop. It doesn't do anything. But in lore, if characters do shoot a ghost, they can kill the ghost. Now, it's not a cool thing to do. Maybe don't go around doing that because it's kind of rude. For real. Why would you do that? Like, honestly, come on. Not cool. What? Let me guess. You probably use Thorn. Anyways, you can technically, in the lore of Destiny, kill a ghost, but why would you do that? So, it's not cool. Don't do that. If you're talking about real life and apparitions, well, all you Shaniacs out there know ghosts aren't real. So, unless you can prove, if any of you Bugaras can prove that a ghost is real, maybe we'll have to figure it out. Maybe we'll have to find a real ghost and shoot it. But at the same time, why would you do that? It's kind of mean. You know? It's kind of mean. I'll tell you why, though. Science, that's why. That's why you would try it. You have to try it at least once. But I mean, hey, only a bad ghost, right? I don't know. I didn't think that segment would actually go on as long as it did. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in this recording or if I mentioned it in one of the blooper recordings of this, but I do think this might be one of the last times we see. I know I've said this before, but I think this might actually be the final nail in the coffin of the Griffin's question segment, because the Griffin Twitter bot is kind of releasing a lot, and I mean a lot of repeat questions, and it is getting a tiny bit hard to find some new content. So, yeah. Some of these final Yahoo questions are a little too zany for my liking, anyways. What are we gonna replace that segment with, though? That's a good question that I do not know the answer of, or the answer to. Yeah. Once again, I'm not sure if I already mentioned this, but if you have any suggestions for new segments or stuff you'd like to see on the podcast, please just send something my way in the comment section or through Twitter at 1471radio. That's my Twitter. Or Discord, even. I guess. I'm a mod for PocketFox's server, so I guess you can find me there. Yeah, I think that's it for Twitter. Nothing really new other than the AG. Did I talk about AG's podcast yet? No, I don't think I did. Okay, so AG the Yin, he is a person who runs a Discord server community thing, and other than that, I really don't know a whole lot about him still. That's why he was going to be a guest on the podcast, but still not really sure what's going on with that. Anyways, he started his own podcast on YouTube called the Yincast! It is titled, for the first episode is titled Yincast! EP1, a little dash thing, VR chat ramblings. His tweet that was tweeted about 3 hours ago from the time I'm recording this says, I've started a new podcast on Twitch, appropriately titled Yincast, where I'll be doing a variety of different things. Chill discussions, questions and answers, audience interaction, and more. Stay tuned for more in the future. Sparkle. Let's check out the YouTube podcast. I watched about 14 minutes of that. Did I mention that? I'm not sure. It's about an hour and 39 minutes long. It has... Let's reload the page so I can give you more accurate statistics on the likes and views. Okay. He has 19 subs on his YouTube channel. Go to his channel. Check him out, I guess. Yeah, seems like he'll be uploading more podcast episodes in the future, but I'm not too sure. Might have to ask him about that. I don't know. He has 5 likes on the video at the time of recording this, 17 views. It was posted on February 20th, 2021. That is also today. That is the day I'm recording this. Okay, in the video description, it says that he rambles about a multitude of different subtopics involving upholding good morals and values with 1,001 tangents taken along the way. Blah, blah, blah. Expect more iterations to come in the future. Hopefully more polished in nature. Okay, so that's interesting. It came out of nowhere. I think just the other night, or maybe last night, I did see an announcement on his Discord where he was like, yo, I'm gonna be streaming, and blah blah blah, come check it out. I didn't know he was gonna be streaming the podcast, though. I didn't even know he was gonna make the podcast. He never mentioned it. But at least now I know. And it's good to know these things. I'm really interested to see where his podcast goes. As you all might know, I'm very interested in these smaller podcasts because, quite frankly, listening to the opinions of more everyday people, I guess you could say, is quite interesting. It's quite infatuating to me to really learn about the opinions and ideas of the common folk. Yeah, so after listening to about 14 minutes of his podcast episode, I kind of worry about the guy. It does seem like, because I know in psychology they do mention that typically when you say things about certain topics or about really anything, when you make jokes, when you discuss things and you really want to bring up certain things, you are in some way, what's the word, projecting, I guess. You are like subconsciously projecting your own, like, what is it? It's like, I don't know. You're like, there's like a subconscious, deeper meaning to the things you're saying, and it's more about you than you really think it is. Does that make sense? It's been a while since I've really read up about psychology. I haven't really read any more pages of that book like I said I would. Actually, 2 books. I still need to read a little bit more in the Transitions book, even though I've already finished that book a long time ago. I haven't really gotten past too many pages of the Story of Psychology book that I'm really meant to read, but ever since it got water damaged while I was doing community service after school, it has been a little deterring to want to go back to that book because it's, well, water damaged. So, is that, but I don't know. I need to read up on it again. So basically, my thoughts so far about listening to the 14 minutes of the podcast, he did mention how he came across some tough times, and let me tell you, AG is a wonderful person. He really is. He does a pretty good job. No, he does a good job with his Discord server. He's a very positive person. He's a very understanding person. He's really helpful when it comes to personal problems, I guess you could say. That, like, there is a help and support channel or chat, I guess you could say, in the Discord server, and him and the moderators of his server are pretty active when it comes to helping people in that channel. And let me tell you, when you're the mod of a Discord server and you hear somebody talking about how they're feeling down in the dumps, and especially if there are a lot of people in the server who use the channel, it's very I don't know the proper word, but it's like it can become a little much, you know? Like for the little bit that I've been a mod for the Pocket Fox server, there was this one instance in the Rants and Vents channel where there was somebody who was all like, okay, I'm not gonna really say that. It's like I helped somebody out in the Rants and Vents channel, but afterwards, after I helped them out, they DM'd me and they were like, hey, they were like, thank you for helping me out there. And it's very, it kind of weighs down on you, or not down, but like it means a lot, you know. It really does. Um, yeah, it's tough. It's tough work. I'm really I don't know the proper words to really describe it, but I feel bad for AG, but at the same time I don't. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, he's a good guy. He does good work. Uh how do I, like, thank you? I don't I'm not good at like saying things like this. There there are words I lack in my vocabulary to really demonstrate my appreciation for his work. Even to know I don't really say a whole lot in Discord. You know, I don't know. More on that in the future, probably. I hope he's doing well. You know what I mean? So go check out his podcast. I'll probably put an image on the screen or put a link in the description of either the Spotify thing or the YouTube video. So go check that out. Go say I don't know, positive things. He's a cool guy. Anything new with the YouTube scene? I guess last time I was on the podcast, I mentioned Pocket Fox's return. I think since then he's only uploaded one other video. It's just another audio, or no, I don't want to say another. It's an audio only video. I didn't listen to it because it's more of a, how do you say it? It's one of those more okay, it's like, you know how positive affirmations are a thing people tend to look for in ASMR? I don't like those. I don't like the too, I don't want to say personal, but like the too positive type of vibes of those. So I didn't listen to the video, but I don't know. To each their own, once again. Other than that, there isn't a whole lot new with the YouTube scene. Not a whole lot going on in Destiny. I watched more BuzzFeed Unsolved. It's very good background audio. And transitioning from background audio, when I'm playing Fallout New Vegas, which I got for, did I already mention that? I got it for about like $3 during the Lunar New Year sale for Steam. When I'm playing Fallout New Vegas, I've found that listening to BuzzFeed Unsolved's marathons are actually pretty good background audio. So, I don't even know which ones I listened to. I think it was season 2, 3, 4, and maybe even 5. Which, that's a lot of time. Those are like multiple hour-long marathons. To be fair, I don't remember almost any of it, other than some clips, but it's good background audio. Fallout New Vegas. Luckily, my computer can actually run that, which I was actually surprised about. To be fair, though, it is on the lowest graphics settings. I can do medium, but it is a little choppy if I go medium, so I just set it to the lowest one. The only problem with that is that whenever there are enemies and I don't really know exactly where they are, it's most of the times due because that doesn't sound right. Due to most of the times due to the fact on how they they don't load at a certain distance away. Like objects, oop, sorry for that. Objects won't load if I'm too far away from them because I don't want to say processing thing. It's a technique some game developers use to lower the what's the word? The amount of processing the game needs or something. I don't remember the proper term for it. But that's what happens. And it is a little inconvenient, but it's not too bad. I just go into VATS and then they show up. VATS is almost useless. It's definitely not as good as some of the other Fallout games, but to be fair, I don't play Fallout that much. So I really don't know. This is kind of really the only Fallout game I'm really able to play on my own, I guess you could say. I have Fallout 76, but that's not really a story-driven Fallout. You know what I mean? I played Fallout 4 for a little bit when I was using a sibling's PS4, but I don't have Fallout 4. How far did I get in that? I don't think I got far. This is the first Fallout game I can really play on my own. It's not that hard, but it's not exactly easy. It's like every now and then you'll be able to be like one shot by something, and you'll be like, what? I have it on hard mode, not hardcore mode, or whatever that is. Hard difficulty, not hard mode. You know what I mean? Yeah. I haven't cheated yet. I noticed it's very easy to cheat on PC. You can just use the commands and spawn in whatever you want. I haven't cheated. I did revive Sunny Smiles' dog, so I guess that's the only thing I've really done command-wise. Other than that, I've kind of just been playing the game somewhat normally. I say somewhat because I downloaded a couple mods. Or, well, really only some bug fixes and, a visual mod. I don't want to sound like a stereotypical furry, I guess you could say, but a Vulpine race mod. I mean, come on. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Ooh, give me the benefit of the doubt. It's just a visual thing. It's not like it's anything bad. I think it's fine. Yeah. Don't question it. It's an interesting game. Well, okay, it's a good game. Yeah, it's a good game. I haven't really gone that far, so I can't really say a whole lot about it. Other than that, yeah. Once again, other than the Dead Man's Tale exotic quest that was added to Destiny 2, there hasn't really been anything new, but once again, snow! Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about that. So, in my area, for the past 4 or 5 days, it's been really cold. And on Monday, it snowed for the first time in a couple years. I know a couple years isn't too long, but snow here is not normal whatsoever. Like, at all. And it lasted way longer than usual. Last time it snowed here, it definitely did not last as long as it did. It kind of crippled a lot of the energy and essential things around here. There were times where the power would go out for quite a while. The water went out for about 2 days, came back either yesterday or today. A bunch of rolling blackouts. Thought we had those on a good time, but apparently not. There was a theory. There was a theory that they would go every 4 hours, but then it just kind of started to happen randomly. So it was like, what? I should have taken some photos. Speaking of which, I need to take photos for photo class because I totally forgot to do that, even though I had like a week and a half. No, like 2 weeks to do it. Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm not a fan. I'll be honest. I took photo more for digital photo than I did film photo. I'm not really a person who enjoys film photography. I'll be honest, there are some cool things you can take photos of. You know what? I have a decent thumbnail. Actually, I think I'll use a photo I posted on my ASMR Twitter account of the Lucky Cat coin jar I have and the tiny Lucky Cat next to a film photo that I took of them. So I'll probably use that as the thumbnail. It's a tad dark. I think I used the wrong filter. I used a 2 filter. Not sure. Well, yeah, it's a tad dark. Oh yeah, the snow. That was fun. Kinda, not really. I meant to record either the podcast or some ASMR, but like, okay, the recorder, the Zoom H8 that I have, is very handy for recording in places where because like you don't have to plug it in. You can just use batteries and it will work fine. The only problem is whenever the power would go out, and since it was a rolling blackout and not just a straight blackout, the problem was we have these backup batteries around the house. And every time the power would come on, they would charge, and every time the power would go off, they would start beeping. And typically they wouldn't stop beeping until the power came back on. And that's not really great for audio. But I don't really think it's a good idea to turn off the backup batteries, especially when they're kind of connected to your Wi-Fi. So it's like, do I turn off the backup battery to record audio that I might scrap? Or do I just wait? I chose to wait. It lasted a tad longer than I would have liked. But, things happen the way they do. Speaking of which, ASMR, I've been working on a fairly long and somewhat large ASMR project. I actually meant to finish the rest of that project today, but I decided that I might as well record the podcast because it's been almost 2 weeks now. Let me see. I think it's coming up around 2 weeks now. Right? Yeah? Almost? I think. Maybe? Yeah. It's coming up. It's coming up. So I decided to record the podcast episode 21. That is this podcast episode. This is my second try, actually, kind of my third attempt at recording this. I tried recording the first time. I got about 30, maybe 20-ish, 30-ish minutes worth of audio, and then I just kind of got super tired, and I was like, oh, I'll try again, because I didn't want to upload 3 back-to-back sad, quiet, slow-sounding podcast episodes where I'm slurring my words and talking all quiet and it's just sad, I wanted to do a more energetic podcast episode where I'm talking a tiny bit faster, even to know, give me a second, even to know, they do say you shouldn't try to speak too fast on a podcast episode because you're supposed to talk to the listener as if you're having a conversation. I know I've mentioned that before. But I did want to record something a little bit more fast-paced and a little more jam-packed with content. But hey, I see you looking at your screen. You're wondering, well, okay, you're probably not looking at the screen. You're probably doing some work and you're probably listening to the audio. But now you're looking at the screen. Now you're like wondering, what is he talking about? Unless you're not. But I don't know. Bless you. I know, crazy, right? You sneezed and I predicted it. Crazy. You know, somebody's gonna actually sneeze right there. What are the chances? I don't know. But I know this is. I think I've heard that on some other podcasts too, so it's not an original idea to do that. But I mean, hey, if it's entertainment, it's entertainment. What was I even talking about? Snow, right? Snow. Uh, we were not as bad off as some other people in the area. I do have to say that our pipes did not burst. We were pretty well about that. We're pretty good about handling that, making sure that that wouldn't happen. We were pretty prepared. We had a tiny battery generator thing that we hooked our fridge up to whenever the power would go out. We had a electric kettle that we would use whenever the power would come out. Come out. Come out. What's... Come out. Whenever the power would come on, we would use the electric kettle. We would put some water in that, then put it in our fairly large thermos. So we would have hot water for a while. The only time I felt like we were kind of starting to go a little crazy was when the water went out. And we had to resort to some things that I would rather not have done. Let me tell you, going to the restroom without running water is a tad inconvenient. But I, out of my family, or I guess just 3 of us at the moment, I probably washed my hands the most thorough and just in general. I washed my hands so much that my hands are pretty dry and cracked and very rough. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's the back of my palms. Or not palms, the back of my hands. I'm typically known to have pretty soft hands, and for it to sound like that is not normal. Yeah, I would like wash my hands and then I would use sanitizer and I don't know. It was this complicated process. On Monday, or was it Tuesday? I think it was, maybe it was Tuesday? Or was it Monday? Maybe it was Monday. I think it was Monday. I went for a walk on a about 6 to 7-ish mile trail. It's like 6.7 miles or something. I went on that. It wasn't too bad. I wore my Ushanka. I wore a green jacket. Winter jacket, like a, what's it called? The North Face? Is that the brand? I think so. Is that jacket? It was a jacket my dad got me like years ago when I was like 5. He was like, you're gonna have this for years because it's so expensive and I don't want you to ever lose this. It was like way too big for me when I was 5. Did he get... No, I don't... Why would you give a 5-year-old such a... No. Maybe I wasn't 5, but I was really young when I got that jacket. So I was wearing that. I was wearing shorts, and then I put pants over those shorts. And I was wearing normal shoes. I think that's pretty good winter wear, kinda. I could have probably done better with the pants. I don't have sweatpants, so I couldn't wear that even if I wanted to. I went for... Okay, it wasn't really a walk. It was more of a run for half of it. And then when I got to the lake, I decided that I'd kind of slow down my pace. But I would run every now and then around the lake. Or not around the lake because it's pretty big. I would run a little bit around... Or not around. I ran like a little bit, then I would walk a little bit, then I would run, then I would walk. Then I started making my way home. At first, when I first started off the trail, because I was running, the air was like going through the sides of the Ushanka, and I couldn't feel my ears. They were like ice cold. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna, I guess, tighten up the flaps and put on the hoodie of the jacket so that my ears wouldn't get the air on them. And that worked. And later on the trail, what happened? Oh yeah, around the time when I got to the lake, I couldn't I couldn't feel my legs. uh like I don't want to say I couldn't like I could feel my legs, but it was like around the time when I was leaving the lake area, I couldn't feel my legs. So I like took a little minute to just kind of sit on this pole thing until I could feel my legs. And then when I did regain the feeling in my legs, I made my way back. Uh, I guess the cold kind of made my legs a little numb because I didn't really feel a whole lot of pain. It was a little painful every now and then, but when I got home and I started to warm up, I was limping for a little bit. So I guess okay. I mentioned this to a good old pal, and I was like, I don't know if it was because of the cold and blah blah blah. And they were like, "Oh, it was probably just you were probably just sore." No, I don't think it was soreness. I think it was just pain. Like soreness is different. You know, it feels different. It's more of a longer thing. Speaking of which, the next day my legs weren't sore, so that was cool. But after I got home, yeah, my legs hurt, and I was limping on my right leg, I think, and it wasn't too great. Like it would hurt to move my legs, but I was fine. I was fine in the end. It was still fun. Uh, yeah, I definitely didn't think the snow would kind of cripple our region as much as it did. So that wasn't too fun. But I mean, hey, what can you do? What can you do? Uh, I guess that's really it for the snow thing. I should have taken pictures. Well, no, I didn't need any pictures of snow. Is that it for the snow? I think that's it for the snow. Talked about the snow. Talked about Fallout New Vegas. Talked about Destiny. Talked about. Did we talk about the cassette tape? I think we did. Yeah, we did. The drink. Oh, yes, the hot chocolate. Okay. So, what I did was, I found some Swiss, quotation mark, chocolate, and it was 72% cacao, I think. Or cocoa. Cacao. Cacao! And I put that in a little pot of milk. Pot? Yeah. Sauce pan? Pot? Pot. No, well, yeah, a pot. Put that in some milk. I mixed it around, got it warm, and then I added a hot chocolate cocoa, or not hot chocolate, a hot cocoa mix that I got from when I visited my siblings' place. And it's an interesting hot cocoa mix. It was like I think it was called a caramel macchiato hot cocoa mix, and it was interesting. I took it because it was interesting and I'd never seen it before, and I put it in there too. It was weird. It was kind of a weird combination, but it tasted like any other hot cocoa. I'll be honest. It didn't taste interesting. It didn't taste good. It didn't taste bad. It was interesting. Also, the chocolate bar expired in 2019. So, there's that. The wrapper or the foil around the chocolate, it's not like a chocolate bar. It's like baking chocolate, the fancier chocolate. The actual, what Europeans would apparently actually consider chocolate, because because apparently American chocolate isn't good enough. Um, so it was fancier. After I drank it, that's why I had to restart the podcast episode. After I drank it, I was a little tired and wasn't feeling too well. It was probably a mixture of all of it, and apparently there was actually some coffee in that hot cocoa. So I had a tiny bit of caffeine, and coffee does make me tired. So it was probably the warm milk and the coffee that made me a little tired. And so there was that. Also, I don't think I mixed it in too well. It wasn't as warm as I thought it was. Other than that, I think that's all I really have to say about that. I think I'm not really a hot chocolate, hot cocoa person myself. I didn't put marshmallows in it. I thought it would kind of make it not as good. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a hot chocolate or hot cocoa person that much, really. It could have been my fault why the hot chocolate mixture thing didn't taste that great. It probably was. I don't know. I've never had a particularly amazing hot chocolate before, or hot cocoa. You know? I'm more of a coffee guy or a tea person. I'd rather take a warm tea or a warm coffee any day than I would hot chocolate or hot cocoa. I was originally, instead of making, well, actually, that's not true. Originally, I was going to do the hot cocoa, and then my sister gave me this apparently the good chocolate milk, because apparently it's like supposed to be one of the known good chocolate milks. And she gave me a bottle of that. I was going to switch it to that, but then I was like, no, hot chocolate is more of a cozy type feeling vibe. Or, vibe. More of a cozy feel than cold chocolate milk. So I was like, I'll save that for another cassette, maybe. No idea what I'm going to use that with. I don't know. I have to look into something. I really want to do another fancy drink like the Butterfly PT Dalgona thing. I really want to make that for someone. I was going to make it for my sister because her birthday's coming up, but we didn't really have the time. Yeah, other than that, I think we're kind of coming to the end here. Talked about the hot chocolate, talked about Fallout New Vegas, talked about Destiny, talked about AG, talked about Twitter stuff. There's a little bit of drama going on in the ASMR community, but at the same time, there really isn't. Like, there never really can be drama in ASMR. What are you going to complain about? Somebody was too loud? No, that wasn't what the drama was about. It was about something else, but I don't really want to get into that too much. Actually, there was two different drama. Why am I even talking about it still? Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing for today's episode. What's it called? I can't believe I forgot it even tonight. I just remembered it. Lunar New Year's. Happy late Lunar New Year's. I meant to record this a long time ago, but the series of unfortunate events, yada yada. Luckily, the Lantern Festival is still yet to come. I believe that is February 26th, is it? 25th? Lantern Festival 2021. Lantern Festival 2021 is on the, I believe it's on the 26th? 25th? Does it say? Lantern Festival 2021, celebrated on the 15th day of the first Chinese lunar month. The Lantern Festival traditionally marks the end of the Chinese New Year, Spring Festival, period. It's Friday, February 26th, 2021. Okay, so the Lantern Festival is still yet to come, so I'm not late. That's right, I'm not late, technically, yet, kinda. Yeah. I'm late for Lunar New Year's, but I'm not late for the Lantern Festival. Give me a break. I wanted to do a Lunar New Year's themed thing. I probably won't do an ASMR video like I wanted to. A little bummed about that. But hey, what can you do? To celebrate Lunar New Year's, I got some banh mi and boba tea. It was a boba matcha drink. The thing about matcha drinks is that they don't look too pleasing, I've found, to people who don't really know what matcha drinks are. Apparently. Apparently, the color is a little unpleasing to the eyes. It looks normal to me, but apparently not to others. So there's that. It was pretty good. The bread was a little harder than I would have liked, but once again, what can you do? It tastes pretty good. It wasn't too expensive either. It was. I actually don't remember, to be honest. I think the drink was more expensive than the sandwich. Also, you've probably already seen it, but okay, managed to do a Lunar New Year themed Sterling headshot for me pretty quick. Actually, it was surprising how quick they got it done. It was like, what, it took them like an hour? Not even, I don't think. It was crazy. They like lightning speed finished that. So that's thank you. Thank you for that. What else? Oh, yes, may good fortune come to you and your family, yada yada. Eat pears, I guess. Not really. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's finally it. Is that it? I still feel like I'm forgetting something, though. Here, let me see if I'm forgetting anything. Do. They're probably going to be wondering why I'm asking this, but I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. You know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't asked anybody their favorite tea or coffee. Okay, why not? Okay. Hopefully, if they respond in time, I'll be able to get their answer about what their favorite tea or coffee is. Yo. Obligated to Yo, mind I ask what your favorite tea or coffee drink is? How should I word this to where I don't sound weird? Like, for the pod. So, okay. Tea or coffee drink is. Okay. It's probably gonna be so random. I'm just asking them what their favorite tea or coffee drink is. Like, I don't know who else to ask. I haven't. Oh, doorbell? Is a package being delivered? Is it the Mare No Tilde tape? Well, I guess I gotta go check. It was not the cassette tape. Oh no, I'm a tad worried during the snow and stuff that it might have gotten damaged in the shipping process. Which would be sad because it's a pretty limited thing and it doesn't really sound like. Well, okay, most of the times, I guess you could say people who release cassettes or limited edition things like vinyls and stuff, they don't really seem too keen on giving people second chances. So, if I were to lose it would be gone forever. I'd have to find a tape secondhand. which would be sad. It would, and I probably wouldn't actually go that far to find the tape. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lansner finally replied, or not finally, they actually responded pretty quick. They responded to the question of what their favorite tea or coffee is with this answer. They said normally they go for an iced coffee, which is a pretty good answer. I don't think anybody's actually given me that answer yet. Yeah, no, nothing. No, I don't think anybody has. It's a pretty good answer. It's been a while since I've just gone straight up coffee and put it in some ice. I should probably do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Maybe not today, but I'll do it soon. Actually, no, the Dalgona experiment didn't count. Did it? No, that doesn't count. No, no, yeah, that's not iced coffee. Yeah, I'll have to make an iced coffee soon. I think that's it, though. I think that's it. That's it for this podcast, and like I have to do, that's the wrong one. There you go. Let's listen to the cassette tape to send us out. Not too sure exactly how loud it should be. Maybe this loud? Maybe? Luckily, there's no bird in the background this time, so you won't hear any chirping. Nope, that was not loud enough. Okay, go back. Studio mode. Oh, there you go. Does that sound right? Maybe a little louder. Oh, come on. Every now and then you gotta mess around with it to where I don't know why, but every now and then one speaker won't play any sound for some reason. I don't know if it's the receiver or if it's the cord for the speakers or what, but I don't know. Once again, as above, so below. I like it. It's a pretty good album, but it's way better digital, and I really wouldn't recommend getting the cassette. If you want to truly experience it, I don't think the cassette's the right way to go. Anyways, I'll probably have a link to that in the description, and yeah, I think that's it. Actually, I did forget to look up what as above, so below actually means. I meant to look that up, but I forgot to. So if any of y'all feel like looking that up and leaving it in the comments or something, please feel free to do so. And yeah, leave any suggestions, yada yada. You can find me at my Twitter. Yeah. Okay, I was going to say goodbye, but the music just faded out. Anyways, goodbye.